My gap year in Italy is now over, so now what? I let my platinum hair grow out to my natural brunette shade. I radically minimalized my wardrobe. I hung up my car keys and I never looked back. I started compiling old clips of my time in Italy for this video, but then I realized my entire life is already on TikTok, so why would I post it again? I was sitting inside sorting through old memories when I can make new ones instead. Let's go grab a coffee as we chat. It's 3 p.m. I've not had anything to eat today, so I'm excited. This video is separated into 4 parts. As I'm sure you're wondering who I am, what led me to where I am now, my master's program experience, and how I'm still in Italy. Hi, or ciao, my name is Chandler. I'm a fashion designer currently based in Florence, Italy. I was raised in Maine, in America. I'm now 25 years old and I haven't been back to America since I was 23. Friends and colleagues of mine describe me as calm, creative, and efficient, while close friends of mine describe me as curious, impulsive, and comedic. Oh wait, I need pants. Friends seem to understand that second layer of your personality, so remember the curious aspect as we continue. Curiosity is a huge part of my life. It has led me to travel the world. I've lived and/or worked in Japan, New York, London, Paris, Italy, and Hawaii. My career paths in my life have changed from an artist, gymnast, digital media producer, pole vaulter, journalist, and fashion designer. But I've always had a love for storytelling, and storytelling often holds romance. I was never a romantic, but I value it. The romantic side of Italy was intriguing for me. I was addicted to the American work culture, but it was slowly killing me. Little did I know that clicking submit on my graduate school applications would teach me to work to live rather than live to work. I went to my tarot reader in New York for guidance before I left for graduate school. She told me Italy would be very challenging. She told me I would fall in love, but it would not work out. She suggested I stay in New York and go to Parsons, but I'm stubborn and I'm always craving newness. Oh, and I'm an introvert. I love being alone so much. My story as a designer started in upstate New York, 8 hours away from home, where I studied my fashion design and communications degree. My storytelling side was within communications and my physical creativity was within fashion design. I've assisted over 30 designers in New York, London, Paris, and Italy. During this time, I also had multiple internships. I worked as a sales associate at Coach, and I often posted brand posts on Instagram to help me make a little bit of extra money and to save money on clothes. I fell in love with the couture side of fashion, teaching myself couture techniques in undergrad. I moved to London 3 years later to study fashion design for a semester abroad. The accumulation of no sleep then started to add up even more than it had before. Senior year, I started working on my senior undergraduate collection. I was also applying to graduate schools at this time. I had fallen so in love with fashion design and I just wanted to learn more. I was accepted to schools in New York, Paris, and Italy. And of course, I chose Italy with my appreciation for couture techniques. I bawled my eyes out at the airport. My family and I were arguing, and deep down I knew I might never return to America. I had been convincing myself up until this point that my way of living was okay, but work was destroying me. I had a feeling that I might fall in love with the slow-paced life of Italy. The first months were exciting, but so difficult. I was so used to pushing my body to its limit, but this simply doesn't work in Italy. I told the Italian I was dating about my sleep schedule in America. Something I will never forget is when he looked at me and he said, "Are you proud of that?" It really put things into perspective for me. In May, I reached a depression that felt surreal. For the first time in my life, I was hoping I wouldn't wake up in the morning, honestly. The slow-paced lifestyle was something I was not used to at all, and for some reason I couldn't keep up. I couldn't fit in at all. Who knew that keeping up with a slow-paced lifestyle would be difficult, but it was. I guess when you're opposite to that lifestyle, it is. I walked the streets of Florence at night with tears streaming down my face. Halfway through my program, my mother booked a last-minute flight to Italy to visit me. She was scared. I called my tarot reader in New York to speak to her again. Everything she told me in New York was right. Italy was killing me, and I had fallen in love for the first time, and I was so heartbroken. I begged for her guidance with the last bit of hope that I had. She might have saved my life with the hope that she gave me. I graduated with a really good mark. It was honestly a miracle, and my collection was so beautiful, but I was still crying. Why was I still crying? My tarot reader told me I would have time to rest after my master's program, and she was correct. I didn't know it, but the universe gave me another year to recover after my master's program. I remained in Florence, fixing my health, my sleep schedule, and my happiness. A doctor in Florence eventually told me to stop coming in. She said, "There's nothing wrong with you, you're just sad." "You're just heartbroken." I started crying and I gave her a hug, and I will forever remember those words from her. I broke things off with the boy I was seeing, and that was not easy at all. I arrived to the cafe and the line was too long. I then started live streaming. It became my life. I live streamed in Italy 12 hours a day where I would tour Italy on stream. We would eat together, sleep together sometimes, go on walks. We literally did everything together. This helped my healing. It put me in front of a camera and built my confidence. I'm still applying to jobs. It's been a year since graduation and over 600 applications later, but God knew I needed a break. I needed this break and He gave it to me forcefully. I decided to use this time to start my brand with a small team in Florence, and production is now complete and running. I quite literally went from chugging Monster energy drinks to sipping a couple espresso shots daily. The calm, relaxed lifestyle here forced me to see life in a new perspective. It forced me to focus on my health and to work in the industry in a way that is more sustainable. Learning to slow down has been one of the most valuable lessons I have ever learned, especially after entering the work field as an early teenager. I don't know where life will take me next, honestly, but I am sustainably grateful to have grown as a person in Italy. Art shouldn't hurt, so don't let them fool you. I have a lot more to speak about regarding my experiences in Italy and my current life in Italy, and I'd love to talk more about it. Oh, there's a balloon flying outside of my window. I'm sending love from Florence, and I wish you all the best. Ciao, ciao.